Hi there, I'm Andrew. Welcome to Urban Rider for another look at some of the world's finest riding gear. Today we're going to be introducing you to the Blackbird Byron leather jacket. This is coming to us towards the latter part of 2019, a new brand from Blackbird based in Australia, and their brief was really that they set out to make clothing that they couldn't find. They wanted stuff to replicate their favourite fashion wear. They couldn't find anything that fit the bill in the motorcycling market, so they've made their own. And I have to say, some of their things are pretty different, quite bold, and at first impressions, I am really very impressed by some of the things that we're seeing here. So the Byron jacket is one of the most different ones out there, given that it's a Nubuck leather finish. So this may look a little bit suede-like at first appearance, but it's not to be confused with it. Suede is ultimately a lower level of the leather and it's less durable, whereas Nubuck is the outer top grain cowhide, which is simply brushed slightly to give this suede-like appearance to it. But Nubuck is really a very durable quality leather in its own right. So it's 1.1mm thick. It's quite a good balance, I feel, therefore, between durability and wearability, and it looks very different. You've got this obvious distinctive styling to it with the faux fleece lining, which makes it very, very comfortable indeed. I love the tailoring of this. The fit is absolutely exemplary. So in terms of fulfilling their brief of trying to make it feel like a fashion item, it really does. And it's actually fitted, included at the price, with level 2 armour in the elbows and shoulders, and it's very neatly integrated. You really don't notice you're wearing it. And for level 2 armour, that's even more impressive than level 1. So really good things going on. This comes in at $385 as well, and this is pretty much the first time I can remember in recent years being given a jacket by the guys in the office, being told to try it and to give my thoughts on it, where I have actually said it was more expensive than it was. Generally things I kind of get right, having been around now for what feels like forever, whereas this one I thought was going to be nearer the £500 mark given the quality of the finish and the materials and everything else going on with it. But it's not $385. I think that's a very fair price point for a very high quality jacket. Now, questions raised, of course, over the Nubuck finish in terms of how practical this is, and the short answer is probably not very, to be honest. So there are two approaches to this in my view. You either go for it as something you want to keep looking quite pristine and untarnished in its new condition, as the jacket next to me obviously is, and therefore they suggest treating it with something like a nick wax leather waterproofing treatment to just prevent any staining or any ingress from dirt and stuff to the leather. Or, to hell with it, let it wear in and just let it get that aged, worn look that I think would go really well with it. But that in-between stage, you're probably going to get it looking a little bit odd. There's no doubt about that, because it comes looking so clean and nicely finished on that outer layer. You've got a few practical features, but it's not really about the technology behind the jacket. It's just quality leather with good armour, including the elbows and shoulders. You also get back armour as well, though. Hasten to add that, and that integrates again really very neatly indeed. The sizing, I feel, is probably a little bit generous overall, despite the wonderful fit of it. So here I'm in the medium, and I would probably more often than not be a large in most things, having almost a 42-inch chest and being 6'2", but here I am in the medium, and that fits me nicely. So we think that the sizing is one size too generous, and the simplest thing to say to you is go to urbanrider.co.uk and find the product page with the size guide. We will give you all the external measurements of each jacket and the size, and you can therefore relate it to jackets you already have, own and know about, so you can be sure you're going to get the right fit. That actual tailoring I think looks great, and there's nothing that I know of like this out there. There's a few shearling style jackets, but there's nothing as nice as this on the market for sure. In terms of pockets and functionality, you've pretty much got what you can see on the front. You have the two overlay flaps there with the slightly slanted YKK access zips on the side. Nice satin liner to the inside of the pockets on the waist, and also that same liner you can see on the inside of the jacket itself underneath this nice YKK zip again, and that fleece lining runs throughout. It's non-removable, it is a fixed feature, therefore I'd see this as a sort of mid-season jacket. It will do the really cold weather, but the cold weather in England always comes with the wet weather, so you're probably more likely to use this on a chillier day from autumn and spring. It's not going to be as suitable on a hot summer's day though, there's no doubt about that. And you have one pocket there with the Velcro closure on that side and another one on the other side too. So quite sort of basic in terms of those features, but overall I think it's got everything that you need. A few adjustment options with the cuffs and collars and a few different button placements you can go for. So let us know what you think. Your thoughts, comments and feedback are always appreciated. And stay tuned for more video reviews of the world's finest riding gear. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Goodbye.